Good morning, Jim Hodges here, Barbara here. Barbara is an 8-month-old St. Bernard that came in for our residency training program. Not quite 2 weeks right now, and she's done really well. She's a really sweet girl. She's pretty well behaved as far as knowing some obedience and doing some things that we want. Primarily, she was here to work on some behaviors, walking on a leash, things that most everyone encounters at some point in time. The important thing about working on behaviors is that ties into obedience. How? By providing obedience, we can praise or consequence our dog, motivate them in the act of whatever they're doing. If it's something we like, we praise them. If it's something we don't, we provide a consequence. By doing that in the moment, it starts to teach and give more power to our words. No, for example. And you're going to hear me and talk about it while we're walking around and doing things. But very, very important that obedience establishes you as the leader, and it also gives you credibility in being able to work on behaviors that happen. So we're going to walk around, we're going to do our obedience, listen to my tone of voice, watch what I do, and we'll go from there. All right, sweetheart? And we have our little cats in the video or around the video. Maybe he just walked in. Let's go, girl. Ah, girl. Good girl. Good girl. So our walking on a leash is we want her walking with us, okay? Atta girl. Good girl. Not out in front, not behind, not off to the side. Typically, I like to keep her by my side as closely as we can in the beginning. Later, we can give her more leash if we want. But if she was to start to go out front, start to go off here, I would tap right here, good girl, to my side. That's my tap. And that's a consequence, people. The consequence is not designed to intimidate, dominate, break a dog's spirit, hurt them, or have them fear us. It's just a redirect, and it teaches with time that we're in control of the situation. To be happy, be fun, we make sure we praise when they're doing what we want. We provide that consequence or bite if they don't do what we ask. Even when we provide a consequence, we always, let's go, we always praise at the back end of it, okay? We don't praise as much as if she did it right the first time, but it's a reassuring kind of thing. Good girl. Sit. Atta girl. So she sat really well. You noticed I praised her. I touched and verbalized what I asked her to do. So sit means sit. If she did not sit then, I would have tapped the leash straight up. I would have gone, no, sit. Good girl. If she was to pop up now, I would do the same thing. I would step in and go, no, sit. Good girl. Sit's not just beside us. We want to be able to do whatever we need to do. Be able to walk around and she hold that sit command for us. The hand signal is like this. Break. Let's go. And then we can break her and we go right back. So here we go. Good girl. Now I'm going to release her. A releaser means to break. Watch her when she comes to me. Get a little treat. She wasn't looking. Break. Atta girl. Good girl. So I gave her a little treat, pet and loved her. And why did I do that? Because I'm subliminally teaching her that I'm the center of the universe, okay? When I release her from a command, for example, I break, I step back, encouraging her to want to come. And from time to time, I'm going to give her a treat. Why? Because I want to start to build my off leash when she's out and around me to come to me whenever I want her to come. Let's go, girl. So you saw the sit. The other thing about the sit is I never use sit as a stay, and I never keep a dog in that command for more than a minute. I just don't like to put the pressure on the rear end. All right, come on, baby. Sit. Good girl. Hand signal for DOWN. Down. Good. So down is down. When I tell her to down, she must down, okay? If she didn't down or she popped up, I would tap the leash, no, down, just like that, and then provide a little bit of praise on the back end. She did it right the first time. I pet and praised her and verbalized the praise. Okay, baby, sit. Good girl. So one more time. Good. Break. Step back. Again, the subliminal persuasion, if you will. Atta girl, let's go. Come on. Sit. Now DOWN from front. Good girl. Of course, you saw my hand signal. How is she doing that? It's because I tied in my words and my hand signals to communicate what the command is, okay? So I told her to down. She has to hold that down. Down is a very strong command. When we tell our dog to down, It's basically teaching them that we're totally in charge, and when they're willingly down for us, they're submitting to us as leaders, okay? So, really important. I will put her in a down. She has to hold the down, but I could come in and go, stay. All right, open palm, right in front of her face. Unlike the sit where I said we don't use a stay, on the down we will use a stay, and when we do, that means pack your bags. You're going to be there a while, okay? She can smell the ground now. She can roll on her side. She could chew something if you wanted to give her something to chew. Her job is to stay there. I tell all my clients in the beginning, we want to do 10, 15 minutes down stays, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week for the first few weeks. It's just establishing that we're the leader, okay? So now we're going to do the recall command. We're going to do it a couple of different ways. This time it's on leash and it's from the DOWN. It's important to realize that we can go from any command to another, okay? Notice I had told her to stay, so she didn't have to pay attention to me. If I wanted to use her name now to get her attention coming out of the stay, I would. Heck, if you wanted to do it between commands, I just don't. Okay, Barbara, come. So she comes, she sits, atta girl. Break, let's go. So now we turn and start to walk around again. Okay, baby, let's go. Come on. I know there's a kitty cat over there. Sit. Good girl. Break. Next command is the place command. Place command is place. Atta girl. Good girl. Place is get on your bed, lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what she does as long as she stays on her place. The place is a wonderful command to relax in the evening, to get her out of the way but have her out with you. We put her on this bed, she has to stay there. She can do it for a couple of hours with us. Even when she's interested by something else, her command is there. When we put her on the place, we're not asking her to lay down or sit down. We're not going to give that command. We ask her to place. Again, she can do any of those as long as she stays on the bed in a constructive manner. That means not chewing on the bed or anything like that. Right, come on, baby. Let's go. Good girl. Sit. Let's go. Come on. So another thing that she couldn't do, as big as she is load up in a vehicle. So we've taught her to load up. And how did we teach her to load up? We started with something as simple as loading her up on a stump to start to give her confidence. Okay, baby, load up. Atta girl. Break. Good girl. Good, let's go. Sit. Good girl. Right. The hand signal for the come command is just like this. I ask her to come, and when she comes, she's supposed to sit in front of me. This is on leash. Off leash, I don't care so much if she sits in front of me, but it's always important to get her to come right here. Let's go. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. The other thing that's important to do is mix up your commands. Don't do the same pattern every time or we'll become predictable and she'll start anticipating what we're asking her to do, okay? So pretend like that she's in, and I'll use a treat just about all the time for this in the beginning, that she's out in the yard. Break. I'm just going to break her. Good girl. Got a cat coming. Maybe she'll look at the cat here in just a second. But off leash, people ask me all the time about off leash and getting our dog to come. Well, they learn early in their life they don't have to come because we tell them to come and they don't come because they're doing something else. That creates hardships. The biggest thing it does is it teaches our dog that they do not have to listen to that word or listen to us when they're 10, 20, 30, 40 feet away. So what I'm going to ask you to do is over the next couple of months, and anybody can do this, is have a treat or a toy, let her see what's going on, okay? And she's out there, and I'm going to go, Barbara, look what I got. Come. Good girl. Break. So the key was I was telling her Barbara to get her attention. I got her attention. She was looking at the cat, and then she started to come to me. You ready? And when she came to me, as I said before, I don't care if she sits or not, but the biggest thing is we want her to come to us. Now, if she did not come to me, or if she was not ready to come to me, I didn't give the word come, so she didn't disobey. I'd have just walked off. I'd have waited till that time that she committed to coming to me, and when she was in the act of coming, I mailed my word, come, with a treat or a toy at the back end. Sit. Good girl. The next thing is the is the heel command. The heel command is right here in a little box beside us. It's her job to stay in the box. It's our job to keep her in the box. Really good for when you're in a lot of traffic or something with people, at a market, pet store, something along those lines. Hand signal is like this, and her job is to walk with me. My job is to keep her there, okay? All right, sweetheart, heel. Hand signal just like that. I'll take a few steps, sit, good girl. And now at the end of the sit, she holds the sit. Heel. Got place on my mind this morning. Good girl, notice she stopped. Heel, turn the other way, come on back to my box. Good girl. Good. Break. Atta girl. Yeah, you can do that. Place. Good girl. So basically, that's what we need to do. We need to motivate our dogs. Motivate takes two forms, praise and consequence. The praise, we look to praise anytime she's doing something that we like, okay? It can be something as mundane as her just laying there. If she's doing what we want, we praise it. The consequence is letting her know in the moment is something we don't like. Behavior, counter surfing, jumping on people, pulling on a leash, breaking a command. When we do bite or provide that consequence, we're not here to intimidate or dominate. No, place. Good girl. We're not here to intimidate or dominate, but we're here to let her know we're in control. Like right then on the place. She'll do the place for an hour or two at a time, as I said earlier. But as she came off, did you notice what I did? No. Place, right back to the bed, okay? We've got a leash on her, but she doesn't need a leash all the time. In the beginning, you'll want one on because she's going to test, okay? But once she starts to understand, she's going to hold it. Yes, she's going to get distracted by things, but that's what we use to continue to teach her and get her where we need her to be. I tell people all the time, there are no perfect beings on this earth right now. We're definitely not perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but let's learn from them and build a bond and be happy together. She's going to get to do more things. You're going to get to do more things with her, and they're not just saddled with being at home. You know, if you need me, call me, 336-945-3232. I'm on Facebook, Jim Hodges Dog Training. I'm on YouTube, of course, Jim Hodges Dog Training. And my website is jimhodgesdogtraining.com. Thank you so much, and God bless. Good girl.